Okay, so today we're going to talk about our study guide for mixed operations. So some of these problems are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So I should see some four squares and good pictures that you've drawn to help you figure it out. So let's talk. So here's my table of information. While playing the video game, Megan spent 1/4 as much time as Maya. How many hours did Megan spend playing? So Megan did this. So I have Megan, and I have Maya. So Maya spent 3 3/4 hours. Megan spent 1/4 as much. So, did it say more? No, it said 1/4 as much. So I'm not putting those two together because I'm not looking for the total. I'm not looking for both of them together. I'm just looking for Megan. It can't be add. Is it subtract? Am I finding the difference? It doesn't say anything about the difference. It doesn't say the leftover. Could it be multiply? I'm not doing area. I'm not doing repeated addition. Am I taking a group of? Am I taking Megan's part of? Megan has a part of Maya's. Probably. Am I doing division? Am I dividing them up into other groups? No. Ask yourself those questions. So I must be doing multiply. When you go through the questions and ask yourself each thing, you can be confident that you're doing the right thing. So 3 times 1/4, denominator 1. 3 times 3 is 3. 4 times 4 is 16. Oh, 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. I have to actually solve it. 3/4 plus 3/16. I'm always going to try to see if I can keep one. Less work. So let's make this one be equal to 16. 4 times 4. I have 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So I have 15/16. Did I answer the question? How many hours did Megan spend? It said Megan spent 1/4 as much. So that's only a small part. So it should be smaller. These were hours. Number 2, Elena spent 3.5 times as long as Lillian. So that was Elena spent 3 1/3 times as long as Lillian. Lillian spent 2 4/5 times as long as. We know those words. Sorry, dog had to go outside. So I'm going to make a rectangle sections with 2 parts by 2 parts. Right, so 2 times 3. Now 2 times 1/3. Put it over, the denominator is always 1. 2 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. I have to do 3 times 4/5. So I'm going to do 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 5 is 5. This is a improper fraction. 12 is larger than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Circle groups of 5. 2 wholes, 2 left over. Denominator stays the same. All right, I got 4/5 times 1/3. 4 times 1 is 4. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 1/3. I'm going to use this number. 2 2/5. 4/15. Let's keep, when I have 3 numbers that I'm adding together, I like to keep the last one because I know 3 and 5 go into 15. Times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. All right, 5 plus 6 is 11. 5 more is 15. Did I do that right? I feel like I made a mistake somewhere that worked out that way. I think I did it correctly though. All right, 6, 8. Because 5/15 is actually equal to a whole. So my answer should be 9. All right, let's move on to 3. Samara, Carson, and Joy. I'm going to write that. Samara plus Carson plus Joy. What do they equal? They played video games for 10 3/4 hours. So they have some kind of computer or TV that they're playing video games on. And they did that for 10 3/4 hours. How did this compare? Oh, I have to compare. Is it smaller? Is it larger? Is it equal to Maya, Daniel, and Lillian? So I have to compare it to 3 3/4, 4, and 2 4/5. So I have to compare how long they played all together. So I'm going to add these. So I have 4ths and 5ths. I think my denominator is going to be 20. 5 times 4 times 4 times 5 times 5. All right, let's add. Well, I know 15 and 15 is 30, so 15 and 16 must be 31. 3 plus 4 is 7, 8, 9. 31 20ths doesn't work. I have to change it to a mixed number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's my group of 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1 whole, 11 20ths. I have to add it to 9. So I have 10 and 11 20ths. Remember this one over here was 10 3/4? That's not fair, they have different denominators. Let's turn this one into the same denominator. Times 5 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so I added them all together. Over here, let's compare. So who's longer? Samara, Carson, did I say James? Joy. J stands for Joy. How much longer? 15th is how much more than 11? 4 20ths more. Okay, so I am still drawing pictures. I'm still drawing things out to see what things are together. By the way, this one was more. All right, number 4. Adam created a story context, which is a problem, for 1/3 divided by 5. Adam's teacher told him it was incorrect. We have to help him. How would you say to change it? I have 5 people coming to my party. Let me draw what Adam did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people coming to my party. They each got 1/3 of a bag of party favors. So they each have 1/3 of something in a bag. They each have these bags. And there's 1/3 in them. Okay. How much candy do I need to buy to feed everyone? Well, that means, am I adding all the parts together? Yes. I'm adding them. Or I could do 1/3 times 5. This is repeated addition. So Adam didn't do division. He did multiplication. So I could tell Adam that he did multiplication instead of division. So I think he should have said he had 1/3 bags of candy and he had to share it with 5 people. He had to share it with 5 people. How much did each person get? How much did each person get? All right, let's move on to 5. For her favorite slime recipe, Jessie needs 4 3/4 cups of glue. So glue, Jessie over here, needs 4 3/4 cups, needs 2/3 cups of detergent. Oops, of detergent. All right. The recipe will make enough for 5, but she needs enough for 15. So we'll make for 5. She needs 15. So how much more does she need? If this recipe makes for 5, but she needs 15, how much bigger is 15 times 5? So I'm going to have to make a 5 recipe, another 5 recipe, and another 5 recipe. That's 3 times. So let's do it. 4 3/4. 4 3/4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 3/4. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. But that's an improper fraction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's circle groups of 4. So I have 3 groups and 3 left over. Well, 20 plus 3 is 23. This was glue, and this was cups. Okay, so now let's do 2/3 times 5. This one's easier. Times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 1 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's circle groups of 3. 3 holes, 1 left over. This is cups, this is the detergent. All right, let's move on to number 6. Cyan ran 3/4 of a mile. So I have Cyan, he's running. He ran 3/4 of a mile. Aaron, what did Aaron do? A half more than him. Am I having, how far did Aaron run? So I need to know how far Aaron ran. He ran a half more than this. Okay, a half mile more. So am I putting miles plus miles to get a new total? Yes. So I have to do 3/4 plus 1/2. New denominators. Let's keep fourths. Let's keep it. Times 2 times 2. 1/2 equals 2/4. 2 plus 3 is 5. Keep my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's circle a group of 4. 1 1/4 miles. Aaron ran 1 1/4 miles. What was the question? How far did Aaron run? 1 1/4 miles. He ran more than. Yep. All right, number 6. Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 6. 7. 2/3 of Mrs. Smith's class got a school picture. This is Smith. Here's my whole class. This was got a picture. Okay, got a picture. 1/4 of them wanted to take a retake. 1/4 of the whole class? No, 1/4 of them. 1/4 of them. Are we adding 2 parts together? What's the question? What fraction of the class want to return the picture? It's not adding the 2 parts together because this is inside that part. So it's not adding. Am I finding the difference between? No. Am I doing area? No. Repeated addition? No. Am I taking a part of something? Yes. I didn't divide it up into a lot of equal parts, so I have to multiply. That was 2/3, 1/4, but it was written in words. 2/3 times 1/4. What do I get? 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. That can be simplified. Divided by 2. 1/6. What's the question? What fraction of the class want to return the picture? 1/6 of the class. 1/6 of the class. All right, let's move on to number 8. This is the one I forgot to change part of it. Gabe has 8 bags of chips to share. Each class will eat 1/4 of a bag of food. How many chips can Gabe feed with 8 bags of the food he has? So let's start out. Gabe here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of chips. Each classmate's gonna get 1/4. So I have these people. One classmate's gonna get this 1/4. Another classmate's gonna get that 1/4. Another classmate's gonna get that 1/4. Another classmate's gonna get that 1/4. And I have to keep doing it for each one. Each classmate's going to get 1/4, so I have to keep going. A classmate's going to get this part, a classmate's going to get this part. Oh, sorry. I made it so you couldn't even see it. I was drawing classmates and pointing to parts of bags. That's division because I'm taking a whole and splitting it up into a lot of even groups. A lot of even groups. So it's 8 divided by 1/4. How many chips can Gabe give to each? How many people can he share it with? How many people can he share? How many, I did this wrong again. How many people can Gabe feed with his 8 bag of chips? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. 32 people. Start with a whole, end with a whole. All right, so let's look. I'm supposed to write a story problem. This is repeated addition. So 4 people each have 3/4 of a pizza. 4 people each have 3/4 of a pizza. How much do they have together? How much do they have all together? This is a repeated addition problem. Repeated addition problem. Division. I have a whole group and I have to split it up. This one's kind of like this one. I wonder if I can make a problem that's like that. So each person wants 1/4 a cup of lemonade. Here's my 1/4 cup of lemonade. I'm trying to mix it up because 5 doesn't always have to be written first in your problem. Each person wants 1/4 of a cup of lemonade. They have 5 cups. The first number is always what they have. As long as you have something about having, we're good. Because that's what you start with, whatever you have. How many people can get 1/4 a cup of lemonade? So could I have split it around? Could I have said, they have 5 cups of lemonade. Each person wants 1/4 of a cup. How many people can get the lemonade? Okay, so there's a lot of right answers for this. If you have any questions on any of these, we're going to practice for the next few days, some this week and next week, for our assessment.